Hello, I'm Scott.
And I'm Misty, and we're from Adventures Finding Treasure. Today we're going to show you how to assemble our Nokta Makro INVENIO Pro metal detector. Alright, so we'll start with the large sensor here. And if you take this piece of the shaft, it has a little piece at the bottom with round circles. And then there's a slot right here for the cord to go up through. So we're going to put the cord up through, and then I'm just going to tip it upside down to get the cord to go through there. Okay. So there's two little rubber washers. They were on a screw set when we got it. We couldn't find them to begin with, so that was good to know. And they go into these two round spaces at the bottom of the shaft. So this cord we pulled up through the hole, and the hole is going to be on the same side as where the cord joins the coil. We're going to just push that down, get it lined up as best we can, and you'll see the cord coming out the top. The next piece, we have this little square plug. You'll see on the side of the coil where you just put the shaft in, there's a square notch. You're going to press that in. And then we're taking this screw and we're putting it through and attaching it with the nut. So now it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of coil coming up through, but this slides all the way down. The piece that has the red and blue stripe on it. And we're going to push this up here. We're going to slide it down, and you'll see the cord come up through the top. We're going to snap this down into place. And then I'm going to lay the machine down because you have to screw the coil together with the upper piece. There it goes. Okay, there's a little notch. You have to just spin it. All right, so after we get this tightened up, the cords are put together, and then you just simply slide this down, and your control will be facing the front, and it just pushes down in. You just push it down until it can't go any further, and then snap it closed. All right, so the next thing we want to do is we've got this cord right here. One end goes up here. Okay, so you have to kind of spin it until you feel it snap in there, and then tighten it up with the piece that's on there. Okay. All right, so the sensor is this piece. All right, so we're just going to attach this loosely for a second. And there's a blue and a red stripe. You want to just spin it until you feel it go down, and then tighten it up. On the other side of the shaft and the sensor, you'll see these two lines, and we want to use the blue with the large coil, and we're just lining those blue lines up and then tightening it up so that they line up.
Okay, so we got to be very gentle with that sensor. Okay, that's what does the imaging. All right, we're going to go ahead and put the battery in the computer system. This looks like a really rugged computer system. Unfortunately, we had to take the case practically out to get to the battery, but we'll go ahead and do that. Here's the battery. All right, it snaps right in place. So remove the battery. There's a little quick release there, but you still got to take the entire case off to get it out.
And the battery only goes in one way, correct?
Yes.
There's no way you can put it in backwards.
Now this here is the part that on your vest that it came with. You can slide it in whichever side you're on and then adjust the screen so it's a one-person operation. With us, you're going to see us that one of us will use the computer, one of us will use the machine. They connect through a closed Wi-Fi network. Now, this attaches. Go ahead and close that up. And I got these little holes back here. I'm going to go ahead and double check that I got it correctly. And then these screws here, just going to line up. So we're going to go ahead and take the strap. This will hook onto your vest or whatever you have that you're using to kick the weight off of your arm. This is simply just Velcro, and it just will slide right around here. Pretty straightforward. The other strap that comes with it is pretty straightforward too. Now we're going to go ahead and put the battery in the top. Just clicks out. It only goes in one way. I got it upside down.
There it goes.
And then you put the lid back on. All right, we're all set. Now, we're going to go ahead and turn the machine on, and we're going to have it connect to the actual computer. So the on-off switch for the machine is right here. We'll go ahead and turn the machine on. On this computer, we're going to go ahead and press the on-off button, which is right here. So now this is going to boot up. It's going to take probably a good minute to boot up. So you see immediately it says a sensor to the second hole. When they say the second hole, the sensor has two holes. One is for the bigger coil, which is the blue line you've seen earlier, and the other hole is a red line, which is for the smaller coils. I'm going to go ahead and press OK on here. Okay, so I press OK, and you can see it bouncing around. Every time you turn it on, you want to check the firmware, and the firmware should be under here. So you see right here, I pressed the options button. It says version 1092. That is what's currently listed on the website. If you go to noktadetectors.com, click on the device here, you can download the manuals and you can check the firmware to see if the firmware is the latest. If it is not the latest and it needs update, there is a set of instructions on how to update that. Fortunately, we don't have to do that, so we're not going to go over that in this video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our video on how to turn it on and how to put it together.